my glow. All right, so let's talk about the market. Let's talk about our day yesterday, guys. We did really, really well. Um, we had our October round of PWC clients had their first day yesterday, which was a successful day. We did an awesome couple trades in there using the technology, so that worked out well. Let's talk about kind of. I'm going to mute a lot of these. Hate to overwhelm some of you. So let's just look at this, right? So first, let's talk about the day that we traded yesterday. So I'm going to switch this over to regular hours just for the sake of time. All right, and let's see, Monday. So we opened up right about here, right here. All right, so when we opened up originally, it was kind of interesting actually because we actually opened up potentially bullish, but what we were talking about in the room is we had this 200 right in the 2-minute. This was like a big deal for us, and so we knew that we had this long call here. We did get a short flip, right, that we were a little concerned about, but not really, right? And so we had not taken the original push right here. We waited for that bullish push. We waited for that pullback as we talked about in the room. And then a lot of us caught this pump right here from this kind of double bottom formation we were playing. Then we allowed it to break down again, to collapse, and then we ended up taking another call off of this support here. And then this was a real quick scalp as it pulled back down, and then we rewrote it again. So I believe we caught this one and missed this one, or we caught this one and missed this one, one or the other. But it was interesting because we were actually playing more calls than puts, even though we are kind of still in that downtrend, right? But the lesson we were talking about yesterday is that it's okay to be bullish in that downtrend at times, but this 200 was the key, right? You don't want to take a call up here because you have no room. It's super risky. You wanted to be down here to take those calls, right? And so that played out perfectly. We did not take this one because this is right when we ended the room. By the time we got to here, all the people in the PWC, those accounts were done. They had their goal for the day. So we just let this roll, right? And so in the room we were talking about also, I did put out some guidance for those who were trading. We did have an inverse head and shoulder playing here, which did play out perfectly. It got its equal side. It just failed the retest, right? That's what we always talk about. If you want to play the shoulder, that's fine, but don't get overzealous with it, right? I mean, it hit off the 200, failed the retest, and down we go. So we had a hit here for the double bottom, another double bottom, which obviously is going to be seen as really bullish. So the market ended up pumping. I had mentioned in the room yesterday, kind of my last note was, let's see where it settles because we're getting some end of the day pumping, but I'm not too convinced that it's going to hold. So and you can see just recently. I hadn't looked at this morning's specific news, but something came out and it dumped us. So I will tell you guys, as far as like where we're gonna go from here, we are near a heavy support level. You can see that we do have bullish divergence coming through here on the 2-minute, so we might get a little bounce here again. I mean, it's where it had bounced, before. However, if this does break, that's where this line right here that I've been kind of sustaining, I think is going to come into play, right? So we'll see a break below, down to that 423.50, 423, 30, depending when we hit it, right? Before we get that next bounce. Aside from that, the most important thing to watch is going to be here on this lower time frame, because so we can put a little mark there, because this is we'll make it green. I'll make it yellow. This is our prior low, right? And so if we tank down like this and create a lower low, we still could get a nice bounce, but we're continuing that downtrend, right? Which is going to be very, very bearish. So we'll watch out for that. So let's go to the 1 hour and take a look at the EMA SMAs. If you're on TikTok, I won't be able to see comments as I did before. I couldn't get that to load. So hold your comments till after if you can, or I'll scroll back after I'm done. So on the 1 hour, we're still staying below this 200. I mean, it's been below this 200 since we were at 446 and we had our death cross. It's even had trouble with this 21 even holding it, right? And so we are below that 21 again. So I would look for this 21 to come down and squeeze the price. We do have, somewhat of a kind of a falling channel going on here, right? And so when I look at that, if you look at possibly maybe the 4 hour, it could be a potential double bottom forming, right? It is possible. From here to here, we do have a little bullish divergence. Kind of breaks up there, but that could take some time to play out too. So we'll see how that goes. So that's going to be important because if we do hold this level here, around that 422.50, the move north should be pretty wild. But if you see it trying to make this double bottom like this, and it tries to bounce and it can't, and it collapses below this and acts as resistance, that's when down we go, right? The other thing I wanted to point out, I had talked about this in the room. I'm just going to delete these lines. Let me mute these right here. So another thing you really don't want to ignore is, I know we're already past it now, right, is we had this pattern here, which I'm not going to draw it all the way out, but you guys all know, for those who trade, I mean, that's a bearish pennant, right? So you have your fall, you got your lower high, your higher low. We're collapsing a little bit earlier than I would like for this to be a play, but it's still playing out. So I'm going to watch for this bounce and see. I mean, if it bounces at a higher low, it still could be in play. It might just be that we did not make our low. And so just be careful of this bounce. Don't get baited too much into this this drop. You guys seen in the community and the guidance, we put out that we may have some temporary bullish push from this bounce. And you can see here we have a little bit of bullish divergence because you do have your higher low here and your lower low there. So, but that's the range that I'm going to be playing with the SPY guys. When in doubt, zoom out. And I do believe that we're going to come down and hit this line at some point, 408, 409. For me, I would need to see 422 right here act as resistance again. So you can see, here was the resistance. Really, honestly, the bigger one would be this one right here, where we had some really heavy resistance. I'd want to see this act as resistance. Once we get below that and we act as resistance, then we're almost certain to come down to here, to that 408. So that'd be a nice put right down. So in the meantime, we could get a nice little bounce up here, right, before it comes over and breaks. I'm hoping that this bearish pennant plays out because it's going to be a pretty easy one to trade. The only thing that I don't like, again, is, we have the RSI heading up. I mean, it's a little early for that call, but I would like to see this bounce right here, come up like this, come up like that, work our way up, get up to about 431, create like a little head and shoulder of sort, and then have that pull down, test the neckline, come down, hit your halfway mark, pull back down, retest, and then drop. If it did something like this, right, that would be one of the easiest trades that we would end up doing. So that's what we're looking for. I'm just trying to see, where this bottom line is. Obviously, if we pull back and we retest here and push as support, then to me this is going to be pretty much invalidated, and we're back to that potential double bottom that might be playing out. So we'll kind of call those out in the room as we go. Currently on the 1 hour, we're getting a little bit of a bullish gap fill potential, obviously from the drop there. Harmonics, so we did call the short there, and then we already did the Bollinger, yeah. So that's kind of the plan, guys. If you want to check it out, come in to check us out, botjock.com. I don't see I'm just kind of flipping through to see if there was any comments about anything. If you guys want me to look at. Yeah, I don't see. Can I join as a guest? Yeah, you can join as a guest. Just go to botjock.com. All right, guys, if you guys want me to look at anything specific, let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to jump straight to the Dixie because I'm a little bit behind today. So the Dixie's just been climbing. I mean, it's so crazy. Let's go to the 1 hour. I mean, you guys remember back when this happened. Those have been following me for a while. This double bottom off of this trend line. We knew that was a reversal, right? And it's just been such a strong reversal ever since. I mean, we have not broken this line until we break this trend line here. There's no telling how high it can go. Now, obviously, if the dollar is climbing, then the markets are hurting, right? And so people kind of have asked where's the dollar potentially going to stop, right? Next line of resistance we have, I mean, I want you to look at this. Like, so our call here was good. Look at this wick. Our call here was good off of that resistance level. It just rejected an instant support. I mean, just freaking crazy, right? And look at it. It's just driving, I mean, today. So I have a feeling it's going to be fairly strong up to about the 107.56 before we get our next rejection. And then, I mean, from there, really, you have this prior high here, 107.98. We can probably mark a line here. And then, man, I'm just going to delete this line. Oop, wrong button. Well, let's delete that one. Yeah, I mean, from there, honestly, guys, I have this purple one here that you can see. Let me change the size of it, if you can see that. So if you're wondering where I got this one here, I think I went to the monthly, and if you zoom out, you can see it's just a peak to peak pull down. So if you want to follow that as well. I mean, it's very possible that we drive all the way up to here, right? I mean, to 113. I mean, I would suspect it'd be a bumpy road, but if we flip 108 and we start to hold it as support like this, and we just fight it as support, I mean, it's going, which the markets are going to dump. But this is a very dangerous zone. You got to be careful, guys, because the dollar's so high right now in its zone that it could reject quickly, which could give us a really pretty crazy bounce north in the markets. So you see this VIX, look at this, just climbing. That's what dumped us right there, but it's sitting right here. We got our resistance level, prior high. So I would not be shocked if we don't open up a little bit with this pulling back some, which would give us our bounce that we were talking about. So let's talk about Bitcoin briefly. I don't look, guys. I don't follow Bitcoin a ton anymore. I don't really trade futures anymore with crypto. The SEC helped us out on making sure that wasn't possible, but I do spot buys. But what did I say, guys? When we were talking about this the other day, and it was like this. Let's put it back. And I said, this is amazing, and everybody, you got TikToks flying out left and right. The bull market is back, guys. We're going to the moon, And like I told you guys, don't fall for that stuff. I mean, you look at this. I mean, there was a prior high here, lots of resistance. I had mentioned that we're likely to reject at this prior area here. If you caught this run, that's awesome, good job, right? But if you didn't, it's too dangerous. You want to look for that short. So, and there you go, a little bit higher pump. This is what we talked about. Just so you guys know, this was the 21 we talked about. It broke it, retested. Y'all know what that happens. Now it goes into a gap fill, and you all can see how that played out. And so my suspicions with crypto is that we're gonna continue to squeeze on this 21 to 200. If we break below this 200, man, look out below. But I think that it's going to squeeze like this downward, and then we're going to pop this 21 north again, and then probably get another little push up. Look at that. Look at this long, short. Indicators kill these things. It's awesome. Gap fills showing little close, getting close to bullish. It's holding some pretty good support right here, right? So it could squeeze and flip that, and up we go. But yeah, we'll check it out. Let's see. Good deal, guys. So as far as the community, guys, you guys know I've already put these ranges out and what we're watching. If you are watching in the community, like I've told you guys before, when we put these out early in the morning, some calculations can change because of how it reacts, right? I mean, we've dropped $3 in like an hour. So, you know, we got to just go through and just adjust some of those calculations and those settings to put them in a safe range. So if you've already set it up for the live trader for your settings for the day, it's okay. The settings are fine. Don't freak. There just might be more optimal settings is all. That we'll try to do. So I'll take a look at that and let you guys know. But that's really all I have, guys, for the community side of it. I'm gonna go ahead and stop this on YouTube, and then I'll hang on TikTok so I can see your comments. And if you want me to look at something, please let me know.